we're turning to wildfires. APS manages 38,000 power lines right here in Arizona, and it is keeping a very close eye on every single one right now with all of the wildfires that are raging across our state. Meteorologist Crystal Henderson is joining us to show us a new forecasting tool APS is using and also explains the weather fire can create.
I'm standing in the 2020 Ocotillo fire burn scar, where fierce flames once ganged up on homes and destroyed some of them. But the advancing danger didn't stop there. It took on these power poles. Now, wildfires rage during the hottest times of the year. Could you imagine the power getting knocked out and losing your air conditioning on top of it all? That's why APS has meteorologists dedicated to wildfire prevention as well as future fire science modeling around power structures.
This is one example of how our defensible space around poles actually helps. This is one of dozens of poles that actually had flames come up to it in the Ocotillo fire. And the reason why the power stayed on and the air conditioning, more importantly, stayed on was because that fire burned around this cleared area.
And now another game changer. APS is using new exclusive fire science modeling to get ahead of future flames.
And we are the first ones in the state of Arizona to have this modeling, which actually models where a fire will go and what might be in its path based off of winds, temperature, humidity, and basically how dry vegetation is. And it shows how fast the wind is moving in some of those areas that are trickier to capture in valleys and over ridges and things like that.
How accurate has it been so far?
We utilize that for the Wildcat fire, the Bravo fire up in Flagstaff, and it actually is doing really good. In the off chances it doesn't though, we could take weather observations from the field and we can adjust those parameters so that it can give us a more accurate look.
Wildfires can change and even create their own weather, acting in their favor. If flames burn hot enough, that hot air can rapidly rise, punching high into the sky, creating towering clouds called pyrocumulonimbus. Now, these menacing monsters filled with ash and smoke can reach heights of up to 50,000 feet. They could spit out their own lightning strikes, which could spark new fires, and put out bursts of wind, which can blast embers even farther away from the flames. Those powerful pyrocumulonimbus clouds can even spin up fire tornadoes. Think dust devil here, only instead of dust, we're talking about a tightly twirling column of flames. The most extreme example has whipped up winds as strong as 140 miles an hour with temperatures as hot as 2,700 degrees.
Wow.